Hey guys, Beth from X-Force again with
Scott from X-Force.
yeah, and today we're a little bit more dressed up because it's
Cold.
a bit cold down here in sunny Queensland, Brisbane. And anyway, today we've got a brand newie, just landed this week. It's been in the works for quite a while actually, and some of you might have heard of it. That's the one, that's the FAL
LK58.
LK58. That's the stuff. So let's get stuck into it. And
Stop the Think campaign, first of all.
now that is a great idea. And this guy's actual manufacturer was good enough to print them out.
And give us a really noisy box.
And a really noisy box. I hate foam boxes, but it is what it is. They're well and truly are a great, I guess,
Choking hazard.
that too, and a box to ship stuff out
Yeah.
because it's nothing's going to
At
break
least
in there.
protect it.
Yeah. So there it is in all its might and glory and all the rest of the stuff. Black,
No honeycombing.
no honeycomb, nothing fancy. It just is what it is. So, what is this? I mean, for a guy that has no idea about that.
I'll
a bit
hold
more
it. Give it.
scratchy.
I'll hold it.
So, for a guy that has no idea about that, and is a big fan of M4s like I am, I really had no idea what a FAL was, to be honest, a while back. So, I had to do a little bit of reading. I really found it interesting. So, I figured, all right, let me run you through, guys, through a bit of little info about the FALs, what else are they called? SA58?
OSW.
OSW, whatever. FAL's easy. So, this particular model was made by JG, or Jinggong, which is a manufacturer in China, very large manufacturer. And they do quite a wide range of other blasters. We've had a couple of them come through. Now, the FAL, the actual rifle itself, came from the French name of Fusil Automatique Leger.
He practiced that a lot.
Yeah, well, I've got a sort of a background. Anyway, in English, meaning light automatic rifle. So we'll stick to that one. So the FAL is a battle rifle designed by Belgian small arms designer. I'm not going to read that part. And manufactured by FN Herstal.
Yeah.
So,
Same guys who make the scar.
yeah, I would have thought it was, by somebody else altogether. But all right, cool. So it became popular in the Cold War, which, man, I thought it was a bit earlier than that. But apparently they were made in the 40s, the first lot, by the Germans. And then they were later on changed around and whatever. But in the Cold War, the FAL was adopted by many countries of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, with the notable exception of the United States. So United States being United States, now we want something better, because we're Yanks. No hard feelings. It is one of the most widely used rifles in history. Now that, to me, personally, that was a bit of a, wow, really? Because I kept hearing about, you watch movies, I always see M4s and, American stuff. So, that was probably a little bit more of a surprise because I haven't seen them that much, or maybe I just...
The longer FAL, a lot of the older diggers had used. So my old man would have used them in Borneo. So before the Steyr. So you'll see them in movies as well, the longer ones. Al Pacino in Heat uses it in the city fight. So
yeah. Well, having been used by more than 90 countries, that's a lot of countries. So because of its prevalence and widespread use amongst the militaries of many NATO and First World countries during the Cold War, it received the title, and this is what I like, the right arm of the free world.
I'm just glad you've used the right arm for it, not the
Yeah,
left. I was like,
the
yeah.
right arm of the. I love it. It just sounds so powerful. But I mean, obviously, this rifle's been through, you know, many hands and whatever. Not this particular one, but the actual rifle itself. So, being so popular, sort of intrigued me as to what made it so popular. Obviously, worked well. Having used the old NATO 7.62 mag, so obviously we went with that. Now, the one thing we need to point out, this particular one had the gearbox and that apparently, we were told, designed specially for gel bolts. So this particular gearbox was designed for gel. It wasn't apparently a
Airsoft conversion.
conversion from airsoft. It was designed, so it's basically kind of like a V3.
Close to a
Sort of a
V3,
Gen
yeah.
8. And the mag is definitely different, and you'll see what I mean. It's got the little
Paddles.
paddles.
It's not a spring.
Well, it's not a mag terminals. How about we go with mag terminals? Paddles. Anyway.
It's paddle.
And the little door is up the top with no wires, which is real nice. It's, yeah, a little bit flimsy, but it locks in nice and it actually opens quite easily, which I really like. And it's flush. It doesn't have that little, you know, so
Collar.
when you want to smash it in, I'm not worried about breaking nothing on top here. Because I know there are guys that want to go smash it in, because it's just what you do with the mags, right? The one thing though, the mag terminals in the actual rifle are these little tongues, and one thing that I think will need to be noticed is when you do put it in, we found that you might not connect properly, so you just got to pull them down a little bit. If you push them up too much, it might just be a thing. I'm not saying it's going to happen all the time, but it could be a...
At least you've been warned.
Yeah, at least I told you. Don't say I didn't tell you so. Alright, so I mean, the mag's actually a little, probably
It's
a bit
a nice
more...
metal mag.
It's a nice metal mag, light, feels nice, and I'd guess the capacity would be maybe a little bit higher than your standard P mags.
Well, considering the size of a 5.56 to a 7.62, one thing I did think was cool about this one is, because I'm a big kid, with the door open, I actually looked down it just to get an idea of how much space there was. You actually can see little holes around here, just where the metal mag joins to the base. So it actually will drain out some of your gels a bit better than some of your more sealed units, which I think is good, saves rusting out motors.
Yeah, because one thing I should point out, metal mags. Now, love them and hate them, right? Love because it's metal, it feels a bit more realistic, blah, blah, blah. Hate them because if you don't take good care of them, they will rust out. So, because obviously we're not dealing with airsoft plastic BBs, we're dealing with a wet, you know, gel ball.
Jelly bean.
And you're sticking it in there with water, and metal and water don't quite, you know, sort of hang around a lot together and be all pals and stuff. So they don't like each other and start rusting out the metal mag, especially internally. And then when you got a little motor in there that's electric, that don't like water either. So having something with holes down the bottom that's going to drain, that's an awesome idea.
Well, the cool part with that is we actually have extra mags.
And we got extra mags. So for those guys that go, oh, but are they going to get extra mags?
Yes.
We got extra mags. Gel blaster mags.
One's for this blaster.
For that blaster only. So now I'm told these won't fit the classic army one.
Yeah.
If I'm correct.
Yeah.
I think. So I haven't tested, I haven't looked, but I'm told it does not fit. It was specifically made for that. So with that in mind, yes, we got extra mags. They're going to be retailing around 60. So I know they're not the cheapest mags, but they are cheaper than the classic army ones. And we've got quite a few there. I think we've got about 100 of them, but we can get more if needed. Anyway, so let's get to the blaster now. First things first. pretty sort of standard, nothing too fancy, nothing, you know, overly, you know, written on it, whatever. I'm not sure how the actual FAL was,
yeah.
but I'm guessing
Stamped metal.
just, you know, it is what it is. Now it does come with a number there, so each individual numbered.
Yeah.
So for those that in South Australia,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're allowed with the metal ones or whatever, but you can have it where you've got an actual number and register and whatever, if that's a thing. For the rest of us, it's just cool. I mean, you can take your number down, and if it gets lost,
Hey,
you've
insurance companies.
yeah.
You can track a bit easier.
That's right. All right, so start from the tip. I'm going to put that there because it's going to kind of fall. Metal tip. So majority of it is metal except handguard, stock, grip. So everything else here, upper, lower, receiver metal, in, out, barrel, tip. What's that? Gas block?
Yeah.
Yeah, gas block.
I should have left you hanging for a bit.
Hey, I know what it was. So the tip is kind of a typical flash hider tip, whatever. Typical sort of M4 looking one. Sling mount, that's swivel on it. Ooh,
Yeah.
it swivels around. That's metal, that's nice and solid. Your sights,
Hindsights are nice.
yeah. Now, I'll also point out, so this is plastic or polymer, whatever you want to call them. So is stock. There will be a metal stock coming, handguard coming soon. I believe it's a key mod one.
Yep.
I know it's supposed to be the proper one, whatever. And a folding stock. Folding, or is it
Yeah.
collapsible? Folding. Folding.
Folds around.
Folds, yeah. Because so I was asking, what is this little thing here? What does it do? Well, actually, that is for the folding stock. So it doesn't do anything on this one.
Well, it'll annoy the hell out of parents, or
Yeah, but that's cool.
Stock
You can just sit there and go,
no, that'd bug you.
no. But it's just a little extra something that does nothing.
I like a fixed stock. Folding stocks, I always worried about pinching wires. At least that's got a really big, like it's a cavernous stock like your M16s.
It's
so
a big stock.
you can fit a really nice size battery in it.
And it's got a nice rubber pad on the back here
Yeah.
too. So that's nice. That's actually quite a comfy, you know. I don't mind that. I'm not normally into that sort of stock, but you know, like I said, it's a nice solid stock.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about nothing, and heaps of room. Now, I'll get to this part. Yeah. So to get to your battery, you basically just kind of push that down, comes off here. So very easy, very quick. What did he chuck in there? He chucked in a Turnigy. No, one of the boys was testing it out, so we're not look like
Testing. More like playing with it.
they were playing with it, not testing it.
Blaster.
He said, "Oh, I'll just do a test. So you just make sure that it runs well for you." Yeah. These guys have fun around here.
For the veterans who were hoping for the full size, full length L1A1, it should be out later this year, I believe.
All right, so he used a 7 volt. It'll run 7 and it'll run 11. On 11, there was a sheet here somewhere. Not that one. That was another one there. Though they don't advise it with the blowback for some reason. I can't remember. I'd have to.
It's too
read
savage.
it. Yeah, it is going to be savage. The blowback does sound cool though. Now, it's got a little mini-to-me plug. So the manufacturers put like where your battery goes, a battery compartment. Now the battery compartment will allow you to put, a standard sort of battery, but it will stick out a bit. But if you got the Vector ones, the only thing is you're going to need a mini-to-me plug on that. But
We sell those.
you can unscrew this here, right? Take this thing off and actually take the compartment completely out. and then you've got the whole entire stock to stick whatever battery you want in there.
Yeah.
So I advise for those that want to do that, or you can cut the back of the compartment and you can stick a longer battery. So that's doable. So that's just something I can point out, because the only reason they put that compartment there is so when you put your battery in, it doesn't wobble around everywhere.
And damage it.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, if you've got a nice chunky battery, you want to stick it in there, go right ahead. Give it to it. Stick a nice big battery in the back there. Alright, so
This video just got demonetized.
yeah, man, it's on. So this this particular blast, if you want to run it on 11, just remember that you will have some
Being metal with the blowbacks, kind of like running around with a little jackhammer.
yeah. So alright, so we've got your safe. I actually
It's
like.
a nice click.
I really like this. Like this, if you can. Yeah.
It's gonna be like 5 minutes later. You're still gonna be
I'm
going,
still
tick,
there
tick,
clicking.
tick,
I love
tick,
it.
tick.
So, and that's. Sounds good.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah. Like that. You can see that. Oh, they smack it in there. Sounds good.
It's very crisp.
Very crisp. Sounds really nice. So, like I said, metal. Well, I don't know if I said it. Metal gearbox, metal gears. Now, one thing I need to also point out: the nozzle on this particular rifle does not have the typical nozzle that we're normally used to. So, with the rubber tip, it's got a straight up metal nozzle. So, if you're going to use gels, you need, and I will like highlight it if I could, ultra hards. So our black labels, elites, whatever, but you need to use harder gels. You can't use the older orange gels or whatever.
Ultra elites. And the
Ultra
stuff that's classed as
elites.
ultra hard, so black labels, AKAs,
Yep.
ultra elites.
Yep.
The stuff that's more fun to shoot your friends with.
That's right. So you need to use the harder gels, because being with the metal nozzle, yeah, when it hits them, see you later. So that's another cool little, I mean, I'm guessing that's what it's for,
Oh.
yeah?
I don't know where else you'd put it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't put it there, but I actually did see that. So
Well, in
I think
transport, it might just be that little, hey, go
Yeah.
to a field.
if you're transporting it, put that on the top of it. When you get to your field, pull that off,
Yeah.
and you know,
Still
nobody.
stop and think and have it in a bag,
That's right.
but at least when you whip it out, the orange tip's gonna.
Yeah, because you
Just
put that
highlight
on, you can sort of push it on, and it'll just stay there, won't
Yeah.
fall off. So, but that's a really great idea, and took JG to think of it. Anyway, other thing, charging handle. Doesn't do anything as like priming or nothing. I mean, it's supposed to be a priming handle,
Yeah.
but it
It's
just
just the manual of arms you go through.
pulls back the what do you call it?
Reciprocating bolt.
Yeah, whatever, the bolt, the dust cover or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
and
know
if
the
you,
real ones.
huh?
No, you're right. Just thinking out loud.
Right, and then you've got the bolt release right there, and then your
It's almost like an AK.
yeah, it's got a very different sort of, and I keep messing up with the mag, right? Because
Pointy bit to the back.
yeah, I keep, all the other mags, your hole is at the front. This one's actually at the back, so kind of got to go bang. But actually goes in quite easy. And to release, you can just flick that a little bit. But it's It's kind of a little bit like the AKs.
But a lot less. You don't need the rake in it. It's
A
more
lot less easier. I hate putting in AK mags. I'm always
by a lot
messy.
less easier. I mean, it's a lot easier to put that in compared to an AK.
That's right. Yeah, I'm terrible with the AK mags. Yeah, so
Your Picatinny rail on top's nice.
yeah, and that's
was-
fixed.
Yeah,
So
that's good metal construction. So you can stick any optic on it.
that
What am I seeing any cogs on it actually?
an ACOG. Yeah, really? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Now the grip to get to your motor, if you want to adjust it, you literally got to. That's not your adjusting screw, nothing. You've literally got to unscrew that, take that, get in there, and adjust it. So a little bit more stuffing around than with your V2s. Remember, this is a V3, so it is
Style.
different. Yeah. And so, but I mean, otherwise the grip is actually not bad. It's pretty comfy. Your trigger guard's all metal. Trigger's nice and metal. That actually feels quite all right. I don't mind it. It looks pretty solid. So all in all, very solid blaster. As I said, the handguard, I would have liked to see the handguard a bit stronger, but it's nice and comfy. So I mean, if you're
It is
holding it, it's a nice comfy feel
Yeah.
without, you know, it being too cold on your hands or too warm because it's metal.
We sell ironclad gloves. Just wear a set of gloves.
Oh yeah, you do. If you want to be all tactical and that, I forget sometimes. But I mean, yeah. Otherwise, I'm not sure. What else would you say about it?
Do we want to tell them the price?
Yeah. So price, I think it'll be sold at 600. Slightly cheaper than the classic army version. And we're gonna take it to show you guys what it's shooting. We've done some tests, and all I gotta say is, wow, awesome. So for something that has been, you know, has been worked on for a while, has been highly anticipated. I know a lot of guys have been dying to get these things. I gotta say, I'm quite happy with it, and yeah, I think they've done a very good job for. I mean, look, it's not a company that's a top tier company, not, you know, bottom of the
Run ladder.
ladder, but they've done a good job of bringing out a decent blaster that's, you know, shoots well. It's pretty rugged,
Yep.
and I think it'll make a few of the boys that have used them, because I know there's a lot of you guys that might have used them in the past, quite happy to get their hands on one. So, yeah.
Does it come with a battery? You also get gels and a squishy speed loader.
Yep.
Don't use them, crew crash gels.
No battery or charger, from what I found, but I presume most guys will have batteries, but you're gonna, like I said, take out that battery compartment. It's probably gonna be my thing. You might have a battery that fits it perfectly in there, but otherwise, plenty of space. So, look, most of the times, and I've said it before, the batteries that you normally get with these things from the Chinese are rubbish. And most guys, the first thing, if you're going to buy a, you know, metal blaster, $600, you're not going to be running these cheap Chinese things that are not going to do justice. So,
Don't use a USB charger either. It's not safe for your house.
No.
Our black label charger's like $50. They're great. It'll save you damaging batteries. It's great because I forget I've got them on, and it actually makes it sound as well. So
yep.
if you spend the money on a quality blaster, get a decent charger. It's like iPro. Get decent stuff. Treat it as an investment.
That's right. And yeah, get yourself a good charger, get yourself a
Decent.
LiPo bag,
Yep.
and a decent battery, and you're laughing.
Let's go shoot it. They want
Let's
to see
go.
it shot.
That's right. Let's test it out.
So much waffling. Let's shoot stuff.
Hey guys, so Vass here with at our range with the FAL. So I'm gonna do a quick sort of test on how how it's shooting. We're gonna run some black label gels through it. Like I said, you need to run ultra hard gels because of that nozzle. So I'm gonna fill this puppy up. And
First time.
beautiful. All right, so do a couple of rounds of auto. And let me bring that down a bit. I think we had this problem. I pushed the oh yeah. All right, some singles now. That's very crisp. Accuracy is a bit, but get yourself a
Slimline hop up.
slimline hop up. Look, if you're not too fussy, the riser hop ups are great. The slimlines are pretty good too, yeah.
AKAs are the best.
AKs are the best. Oh well, each with their own, I guess. Alright, let's take it for a bit of a run on the old Chrono. So I'm gonna run some on the single fire, so semi. Alright, so very consistent numbers on the semi.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Very consistent. Alright.
And being just under 330 keeps it legal for most fields, like urban, crossfire,
Yeah,
the
look,
borough.
you might get more depending on your gels. These gels, I found them with the lid off because some of our staff forgot the lid off.
That's the Meadowbrook staff.
It's the Meadowbrook boys. Tell you what, it's hard to find good help. Alright, so, and auto. Yeah, boy, I'll run a couple more through it. Yeah, it's looking good. Alright, so this is where I number. A lot of times you'll get auto running sometimes better. Look at those numbers, man.
Really nice.
That is consistent. So the 330 mark is hitting it quite well. I probably, I know it says average 327, but I was doing I did it all in one, so I should have zeroed it and redone it. So 330, we're at the 322 on semi,
Yeah.
330-ish on auto. That is
Pretty damn mint.
pretty mint. Straight out of the box, no upgrades. I mean, if you wanted to go and put bigger spring and all that, you can.
Doesn't really need
You
it.
don't really need it. I'd say the best thing to do is chuck a hop up on it and off you go to a game. Enjoy it. I said just make sure you got good gels and ultra hards. Eye protection, stop and think, and get yourself a good bag and whack it in and go out and have fun. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that helps. We'll see you next time with some more cool stuff. Thank you.